Hello and welcome to episode, I want to say 28. Let me just verify that real quick. No, it's 27, okay. Episode 27 of my Let's Play Vanilla Minecraft. As you can see, I've been playing around with the dispensers here. They've made it so they can be set up to fire upward or downward. The droppers as well. I put a minecart into this one, and it puts it on the cart downward, which is kind of interesting. And having it point upward like this means that if you put some sort of material in there, let it depress, you can now have it just directly go to there. Now this would be useful in traps because you can just have arrows in there and just do instant damage, or you can just use an instant damage potion. But what really kind of intrigues me about this, well actually anyway, what really intrigues me about this is since you can use it on the droppers, which have this kind of square texture thing, which is kind of interesting. Put a chest on top of that, well actually just some sort of inventory, and have this little setup. This is still an issue. Sometimes you need to give this thing a block update. Well, give the comparator a block update in order for it to read information about an inventory. Anyway, once that's all working, boom! Vertical item elevator. And as you can see, I have it set up so it only requires 2 spaces next to it. Now there is that annoying click, which you can get rid of it if you are willing to sacrifice 3 spaces next to it. Have it like this. Now once it's finished depositing all of its items into the chest, it will just turn off and give no clicks. See? But with it like this, you can have it go into another dropper and another one, and create kind of a chain. And using only 2 sides like this, just have it alternate the 2 sides to create a vertical item elevator that is a lot more resource friendly. Because if we pull that thing up, throw in some redstone here, okay. Not sure what the chunk updates were about, but it stopped doing the chunk updates. Okay, yeah, the chunk updates are not being caused by this thing here. So, that will reduce the lag immensely. Much better than what I have up here. So, yay. We now have a lag-free way, or yeah, I'll just call it a reduced lag way of moving items upward, which is nice. I might replace this system with this, since this is much better all around. Yeah, so, and basically how I had it here is, when there was an item in there, this thing would emit a redstone signal. This repeater would turn it to a full redstone signal, or full length, so it could reach all the way over to here. And you can have it go in directly, but since you need a comparator to continuously send it redstone updates anyway, just have it run into the comparator to save a little bit of room. And clicking is annoying, which is why you need something up there with an inventory, which is really cool. And also, since you can have it shoot items up or down, you could possibly have better control over uses with like furnaces and brewing stands. If you're wondering what this is one of those fancy X-ray machines that lets you see through the ground. I was starting to light up the tunnels, as you can see over there, and I needed to see what had been lit up and what hadn't. And that looks rather interesting over there. Oh, that's the old system. I was like, what the heck is that? That's the canals for the original system that I built that didn't really work. Yeah, it's kind of cool to see it without, like that. Okay, I'm gonna play around with this a little bit more, possibly work on some other things, and I'll be back once I have something more to show. Alright, as you can see, I've been doing some work here at this station bit, at the receiving part of the minecart station, and I've changed the unloading area. If you remember correctly, earlier in this series, I tried to make an automatic minecart breaker that would drop, or that would take a minecart and automatically itemize it, so it could be picked up. And since I didn't really like the dispenser thing that I had there, I was cruising around YouTube and happened upon somebody who successfully built one using lava. I implemented it, and it worked. It worked beautifully, except for one minor drawback. If there was a player in the cart, when the lava broke the cart, it would set the player on fire, which is, you know, generally a bad thing. So, after a little bit more searching on YouTube, I just found a video of somebody who used cactus instead. And that's what I have here. Though I don't think they had it quite like this, but this is what I've come up with. Basically, coming riding in a cart, and not in a cart anymore. Basically what happens is the minecart comes over here, falls down this hole, lands on this track. Now, it would not actually be damaged by the cactus ordinarily, but as you can see, it's a powered track, and since this is a full block, and this does not seem to count as a full block, so the powered minecart actually pushes the cart into the cactus, which causes it to itemize, and it seems to get tossed this way, and it gets sucked up by the hopper quite quickly. So far I haven't quite had it destroyed by the cactus yet, but there is unfortunately a possibility that it might be. So I have to do some more testing to make sure that that won't happen. If it does happen, though, I'll have to rip this out and come up with something else. Now, I did try the cactus in the corner, because that would look a whole lot better than where it actually is, and having kind of a rounded cart to push it up against the cactus. But unfortunately that caused the player, when they were ejected, to kind of glitch into the blocks, and they would start taking damage from the cactus. But this way, the player takes no damage from the cactus at all, and it breaks the minecart and drops in the hopper. I'm gonna throw a few more minecarts its way, and we'll go down and check to make sure that they all wound up where they needed to be. See, there should be 10 minecarts in total. So, let's go check. Oops. Okay. Now... 11. I must have miscounted. Okay, apparently we had 11 in there. Okay, I'm gonna run a few more tests off camera, and I'll come back when I have a bit more to show. Alright. I've been doing some work while processing some video, so I haven't quite been able to show what I've been working on up until now. I've been when I idle, I've been idling up here, so that way mobs can spawn up there, but won't be too many. Well, there wouldn't be too many spaces down there where they could spawn. And well, getting up and down to the roof and to the ground has been quite tedious. The down part is fairly quick, you know, just jump off. But the up part is kind of a pain, so I built a rail system going down the middle of these stairs to allow me to get up and down quickly. The dirt was because I ran out of materials and was too lazy to find something proper to put there. But as you can see, I have the lighting underneath the rails, and rail goes right down the middle of the stairs. I was debating about whether or not to have it on like the edge or something, but went for the middle. It only goes to there though, so it does save me some time. I've also been working on the Smeltery, and to kind of give me an idea of how many furnaces I was going to need, I went ahead and just started placing item frames down and put down every item I could think of that I'd possibly ever want to smelt. So I think, well, there seems to be about 13 different items that can be smelted, and so I want to have like at least 15 furnaces. Over here, as you can see, I've started building it out of nether brick, since I have a crap ton of nether brick now. Wanted a use for it. And with the dark color of the nether brick, I thought sandstone floor would have been nice, because when you have a dark colored wall, feels like you should have something light for the floor, and sandstone is pretty light. It gives a nice contrast. I kind of wanted something that looked gritty, or something that looked like your shoes could get a real good grip on it. So tried cobblestone and stone bricks, and I think I like sandstone the best for this. My idea for this room is kind of an industrial theme sort of thing, although actually from what I've got going on here, or what I have planned in my head, isn't quite up to that. Anyway, basically what I have in mind here, do I have stuff on me? I do. The output chests are going to be here. Going to have the, oops, I got placed wrong. Hopper, furnace, and now this hopper is where the fuel is going to go into the furnace from. And instead of having a chest up there, I'm going to put a rail up there. And so it will have a fuel distribution system using a minecart with chests, similar to what I was using in the auto brewery. But instead of having a cart, it'll just be a hopper directly into the furnace. We don't really need so much buffer with fuel. And I'll have a comparator going to it, along with redstone signal, etc., etc. Let's see. As for the input to that, it will be going up to chests. Wasn't quite sure if I wanted to have another hopper and chest or what, but I wanted to have chests on separate, higher up floor. Haven't quite fully decided how I'm going to do that yet. Now, what I was kind of thinking was I wanted to completely hide the furnace. I was thinking stair there, and kind of another brick here. Which kind of goes against my whole industrial idea. Because a good industrial system would have it showing the furnace. So I don't know. Maybe I will have it show the furnace. I don't know. Verdict's still out on that. I brought some another brick fences, and I was thinking they might look good for some posts to make it look like it's holding up the second floor. Or, well, actually it's not going to be a complete second floor. I was thinking of like a catwalk or something. Anyway, I'm going to have these furnace stations going all the way around. Actually, what would be really nice would be to have like some sideways stairs or something like that for the sides. Actually, maybe I can do something like this. But then this is kind of sticking out too much. Need something. Yeah, the reason why I wanted to hide the furnace was because it felt a little too sunken in when I have it like this. Yeah, doesn't it? Just doesn't quite feel like it should be like that. Just too sunken in. A little too far back. Feels like something should be done here. Kind of had the same problem with the auto brewery, which is nose itched. Which is why I had stairs on the side. Nah, it doesn't quite do it either. I don't know. I'm gonna have to work with that a little bit. The exterior look here is quite set in stone. As you can see, I put some wood down here. The wood is basically areas that probably will not be visible. So, yeah. Just to save on nether brick. Now, these stairs here, I'm not quite sure if I'm going to keep them or move them. Basically, they're nether brick steps with some upside down nether brick steps. So, if I break this off, you can see it's nether brick step with upside down nether brick step. Which is kind of cool looking. But from where the position is, we probably wouldn't have access to down here, so it might be better to block all that off. Verdict's still out on that one also. Just kind of thinking of having these in kind of a U shape. And possibly have the Pez dispenser for the chest with minecart coming down into the center of it. Not entirely sure. Also, instead of making a complete ring with the fuel track, or the refueling minecart track thing, like I had in the auto brewery, I was thinking just a U shape would probably do it just fine. Just have kind of a dead end with power rail that just sends it right on back. That way it would drop off 2 fueling units instead of just 1 with each pass. Be interesting. I think I'll work on this a bit off camera since it's going to be a lot of repetitive work. Or maybe I'll I'll record it. If I decide to montage it, I will. If I decide to cut it out, I will do that. Gives me some flexibility there. Okay. Alright, I keep forgetting to record. Well, I stop recording to go do something else, like get food or something like that. And then when I come back, I continue working on the room and completely forget to restart the recording. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the progress that I've made so far. As you can see, I've replaced this with sandstone as well. Have it going all the way over to here. And I have it kind of outlined here with the nether brick. And I'm kind of thinking of making all this path, all this sandstone path going all the way around. And I've been kind of debating about whether or not I should raise this one and have the chests going into these up one while sticking out, or have it at this level and have them kind of sunken in. If I raise the platform up one more level, I can put hoppers and chests on it. And the hoppers would be the same level as the platform, and allowing the chest to kind of stick out a bit more. I'm not sure yet, haven't quite decided. So you can see I've had to go with 12 furnace stations instead of the 15 I was hoping for. Because how this is all set up. Basically, if the fuel hoppers are not near full, they'll send a redstone signal. That's what I want. And to compact it, I have a switch kind of hidden here, although I think I've probably showed my placing it there. Switch applies a redstone signal to this redstone, and which carries it off to these two comparators at a strength level of 14. So a strength level of 15 will turn off the torch here. So strength level of 15 will turn off this torch. So any hoppers that are not near full will cause a redstone signal, which I'll use to then call a minecart. So you have it just nice and all the way around here. I'm going to use a different material for the ceiling, I think. I don't want it to be completely dark, although I might do that anyway. The minecart rail kind of gives it this rather interesting little stripe going through it that kind of makes me... at first I thought it would probably look terrible, but I figured I'd build around it anyway, see what happens, and I actually kind of like that. Adds a little bit of variety to the room, and might do some more things like that elsewhere in here. Anyway, as you can see, this absolutely looks terrible with the sunken in furnaces, which is why I was originally thinking of just hiding the furnaces. But after a little bit of thought and creative designing, I came up with this here. Now it's all one color, which I don't really like. I'm going to have to replace it with something else. Possibly either smooth stone or maybe even regular stone, or stone steps, stone brick stairs or something. This helps smooth out a whole lot instead of just having the sudden drop into the furnace like that. Kind of has this smooth thing going to it, and it feels like the furnace is sticking out more than it actually is, which is nice. Doesn't quite have the emphasis on the difference that this gives it. So I'm going to try a few more materials, probably off camera, and I think I'm going to go with this design for all of them. So yeah, I think we're probably getting close to the end of the episode, so I'm going to go ahead and just end the episode here. So once again, well, wait, no. Before I end the episode, I wanted to talk about the flooring here, the sandstone, and something I'm learning about the difference between it and the brick here. because this brick, the nether brick, is a really dark color anyway, lighting does not really matter so much with it. Whereas with smooth stone, on the other hand, you can really notice even a little bit of a dark patch. So lighting is going to be very important with this smooth stone floor. So I'm going to have to think about that. Also, this texture for the bottom of it. This is mainly why I avoid using sandstone. I really, really hate this texture. I don't like it at all. So, need to come up with some sort of way of getting rid of that, or hiding it. Now, I believe there's a creeper face sandstone stairs, although I'm not entirely sure. And they'd be nice here because they wouldn't have that. They'd have the smooth creeper face looking thing. Yeah. Though I'm not quite sure how I would go about making them. Probably just using chiseled sandstone. I'll have to experiment off camera and see what I come up with. Whoops, I forgot to end the episode. So once again, I am KHM, and we'll see you in the next episode.